Hey, I'm Neil.
And I'm Ronnie.
We're from Autocar Philippines, and it's our first look at the
Byd Seagull.
Bang.
Bang. So let's start off with the front. As you can see, it's well designed, very similar to a Lamborghini sports car, as some would say. As you can see here, the headlights, well designed, daytime running lights with the projector headlights, no? And there is no grille, it's only an air dam because you still need cooling for your aircon. And we move to the windscreen. As you can see, it is very wide and tall. I'm sure I will fit inside this very well. Here also you can see it has one wiper, very similar to a sports car for a compact car.
Let's have a look at the side. First, you'll notice the charging ports, and the Seagull is one of the few cars of its size that has both a Type 2 and a CCS2 fast charger. So this means you can go to the fast chargers available at some of the gas stations or some of the other charging stations that offer high output charging, which means you can charge from 20 to 80% in about 30 minutes. Moving on, you've got this design on the side of the door. Doors are actually pretty big for a small car, even the rear doors. All right, you'll notice also that the handles are flush, unlike some of the other brands that offer handle type door. Plus on the driver's side, you can actually unlock the door with a button. You've got 16-inch wheels, and it's got 4-wheel disc brakes.
All right, so let's look at the back. And here at the back, we have a rear spoiler. I like the design because it's very wide, no? Very sporty talaga. As you can see, it has a third brake light. And you have the shark's fin antenna. And what makes it distinct is the tail light has this LED bar that goes all the way to the other end. Very similar to its siblings, no? And you have this big BYD emblem here that says EV, small EV badge, and it is the BYD Seagull. And what you can see here hidden in this diffuser is a camera for the rear with the rear fog light, Euro design, no? All right, let's open the hatch. It's a push button. As you can see, it has a relatively high carryover, deep storage space. And if you need more cargo space, you can just fold it. This is a one-piece thing, so you can have more space for your cargo.
Alright, so nakapark tayo. So how do you make this car go? This is your drive select D. It disengages the park brake, and we can go.
Galing, no?
Alright, so bro, this car has a 30 kilowatt hour battery, which gives it roughly 300 kilometer range, which is not bad for the city. Siguro kung kaya mo mag-Clark.
Kaya yan.
Or Subic, siguro.
Yeah.
That's around a little under 300 kilometers. You just have to make sure that your destination has a charging station.
So 300 kilometers, no? Does that change if you guys are more in the car and you have more cargo?
That's a good question, because you're putting more load on the electric motor, though.
Yes.
And I think if that has an effect on your range, so will how you drive. So if you drive it hard, or let's say you put it on sport mode, syempre, you'll be consuming more power than you would if you were using eco mode.
Yeah, eco mode.
And when BYD brought us to China last year, we actually got to try this out on a racetrack, and it is pretty good. It was pretty funny because now it's raining. When we got to try out the Seagull on the racetrack, it was also raining really hard. So, I think it's a very capable car. It's very comfortable. There's 3 of us here.
Yes.
And the acceleration is pretty good. We're on Eco. With an electric car, you've got torque that comes in very early. And you've got, to help you recapture some of that lost energy, every time you lift off the gas, it charges your battery.
All right. Basically, you have experience charging in the mall, and sometimes the problem is the charger is different, no? Or How about this one?
All right,
does it
so
come with?
this comes with a Type 2 charger. All of the SM malls have Type 2 chargers.
So it's not a problem, huh?
It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Sa Mega World, I believe, they have GBT. So you might need an adapter if you're at Uptown. Pero, Eastwood Mall, they actually supply you a GBT to Type 2 charger. So you just have to make sure. Ayala Malls naman, the Ayala chargers like at New Valley, the guard will ask you what you need and they will bring the charger that you need. Of course, the Ayala malls have 22 kilowatt chargers, Ayala properties. So that's going to be charging your battery a little bit faster. Kasi pag 7 kilowatts, you're looking at about 10% an hour
Okay.
to charge. So kunyari nag-mall ka, you know, if you stay at the mall for an hour, 2 hours, 2 hours, you've got 20%. So okay na yan.
Top up ka lang.
Oo,
Top up
top
ka
up.
lang. Yeah.
Get home. Ideally, you've got a charger at home also. I'm not sure if they will give you a charger with this car.
This one, yes, they will.
They'll give you a 7 kilowatt
they will.
charger. So overnight, 100% ka na. So even if you get home with about 20 or 30%, if you are at home for about 8 hours, pasok yun.
So there's
Full
no
charge ka.
such thing as range anxiety if you're in the city, you know?
Yeah,
Work
or as
daily
long as you
commute.
constantly charge.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, pwede ka naman magtipid. You don't have to charge every day because, you know, if you're just taking your car to work and home, you don't have to charge every night. But if you feel the need na, oh, baka tomorrow marami akong lakad, then charge it. And at the end of the day, your per kilometer cost is still cheaper than a gas or diesel vehicle.
Alright. So the Seagull basically fits all these needs that you don't really have to worry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the cool thing is maintenance is
Yeah.
minimal. You know, pretty much I think when you bring it to the casa for a look, they'll just look at it. The only fluids in this car is what? The coolant perhaps if it's
Wiper.
liquid cooled. Yeah, the washer liquid, the air conditioning.
Yeah.
Diba? But pretty much there's less complexity than an internal combustion engine. So I think the electric car is ideal for city dwellers.
So let's go back to the car. How do you like the interior?
I like it. It's very spacious. You've got some youthful colors on the dash. You've got a mixture of smooth and texture. You've got some soft touch areas. We've got a wireless charger. We've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, USB-A and USB-C charging ports here in the front. And the air conditioning is pretty cold, huh?
Yeah. You know what I like? It kind of feels like the BYD cars are designed. No? They're very different from other cars. No?
Yeah.
They're not the traditional looking. No?
What's interesting about this car, Pare, is that this car is designed from the ground up as an electric vehicle. Unlike other cars,
other
that
EVs,
there's an internal combustion model and then there's also an EV or hybrid model. Ito talaga from the ground up designed as
EV, no?
an EV.
So one thing that you can see is it's flat here, diba? At the
Yeah.
back. Wala
Actually
siyang
very
hump.
flat.
There's no hump.
But
diba?
if you notice, if you open the door, from the bottom of the car, pag tingin mo sa loob, yung sahig mataas din because the battery is
batteries,
mounted
yeah.
Under us.
Yeah.
And that also helps for better
Stability, balance
lower
of the-
center of gravity.
yeah.
So, galing nga. And, you know, it feels really planted.
Yeah.
How is it? How's the space in the passenger side?
Me, I'm very well fitted here for a 6'4", no? I think I have more space spot at the back. Yeah.
How's the guy in the back?
I think he's enjoying it. He's sleeping. But you know, one thing I like also here, Neil, is this shift knob. It's very different. though.
You know what? So, yun, di ba kanina we were looking for, well, how the hell do you put this in
Yeah.
park? Where's usually you've got a P button, right?
Yeah.
And you do. In this car, the P is right here.
On the edge.
So, when you press it, we're stopped now.
yeah.
Okay, so it puts it in park and it applies the parking brake.
Galing, no?
Oo.
Automatically, no?
So, and then if you want to go in reverse, now the cool thing is, ang ganda nung the backup camera is pretty wide.
Yeah.
So there you go. You've got your backup camera with some guidelines, and it also tells you where,
It's going.
which way it'll go. Yeah, galing, no?
And it has drive modes also, no?
Yeah, it has drive mode. So you've got Eco, Normal, and Sport. Sport is pretty spunky.
Yeah, for a small car like this, I'm sure it has so much torque, no? Compared to other vehicles in the market, even a ICE engine, no?
Yeah, it's just weird getting used to the one wiper.
Yeah, me too. Because we're normally used to the two, no?
Yeah, but it's pretty fast, huh?
Yeah.
One of the cool things about BYD is they have this rotating screen. So it's up to you, your personal preference, if you want it in portrait or landscape mode. Right now it's in landscape. We can put it to portrait. And the only thing about portrait is I think Apple CarPlay doesn't work in portrait mode.
Oh.
Yeah, it only works in landscape.
All right.
So this is what Apple CarPlay looks like.
Okay.
So you're
Pretty good,
typical. But you swipe up and you can still open the menu. Now, if you want to adjust your aircon, this is how you do it. So there's this thing here, and then it's all touch screen. You'll notice the other controls here don't adjust the aircon. So you can also adjust your
temperature.
So it's
dual zone. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then the other modes, yeah. So pretty much there. That's pretty cool. You can go back to the other modes. Just go back to CarPlay. So you've got, you can use your Spotify and all that. Not bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty cool. All right, so your turn behind the wheel. Just one cool thing, and this is the same with other BYD models. Yung mga cabin lights, you just touch them.
Galing lang, you know?
Diba? You don't need to fumble for buttons. You just touch them. Okay na.
Cool. Really cool, huh?
How is it seating position wise? So you wanted it lower pa?
I want it lower. There's no adjustments for that one, diba? So this one is sagad, no? As you
How's
can
your
see,
headroom?
okay naman. I have, space, and there's leg room pa here.
Still about a
All right.
Right.
Cash pa legs. Yeah. One thing really cool that I also like is the steering wheel, no? It basically looks kind of sporty, and you have that one wiper that we're not used to. Kasi attached siya, diba? Small car probably, one wiper will do. So we're testing here at Evo City, no?
You can see it's raining cats and dogs outside, but at the same time, you still feel pretty safe in the car, no?
Yeah.
It's very controllable. Even around the corners, it turns flat. There's not much body roll.
Yeah.
Pero kahit walang body roll, hindi siya matagtag.
Yeah.
Usually, you associate cars with less body roll, a little bit sporty, a little bit matagtag, and the turning radius is pretty good.
Awesome, huh? Turning radius, and love the color. Like in this rain, we're well seen.
Very visible.
3 variants or 3
colors
that you can.
So Apricity white, Deland black, and Sprout green. And this is Sprout green.
Well, this is the hero color, no?
Yeah,
I guess it's really the one that's going to sell, no? But the black really looks nice also, no?
Yeah, the black is nice.
If you put nice rims.
It's very low key.
Yeah, this is driving on 16, and I'm surprised it's not that bouncy talaga, no? But what more, if you want to make forma, and you want to upgrade to a bigger rim, which is an 18, probably will look good.
Yeah, it'll look really good.
I think it's still
And you know what?
possible,
Because it's electric, the torque is there.
Yes, and especially now, we'll move into safety.
Yeah, it's got so it's got your cruise control. You've got 4 airbags.
Yeah, 4 airbags.
Not bad. So let's talk about the power. It's got 75 PS, or roughly 74 horsepower, and 135 newton meters of torque.
That's what you need.
And that's what you feel.
Yeah.
So your torque is available from a dead stop all the way to top speed.
0 to 50 is at 4.9.
Something like that, yeah.
Which is pretty quick, no? For, you know.
And you don't need to be driving that fast in a small car in the city anyway. But knowing that that kind of power is available immediately, you know, it probably get you out of trouble if you need to really quick.
Okay, I'm getting used to this. It's very, you know, I'm not getting claustrophobic, no? Sakto lang siya. I feel like it's a big car.
Yeah, it is. But we gotta test out the back seat.
Yeah, let's go. Try it out.
So, you know, I've always mentioned that I like dark interiors.
Yes, this one, no?
Oh, because even in bright daylight, it kind of lessens the glare.
Yeah, no reflection, or it doesn't bounce back. No?
So we're in the back seat. How is your leg room and headroom?
So good, no? I can fit here.
Especially
I have space.
There's
no?
more than enough space.
This one, I'm really slouching down, and you can see I'm touching the seats.
Your knees.
No?
But if you sit up,
if I sit up, yeah, sakto. But normally, I don't sit that way.
But I like lalo naman
rear, diba? Parang chill naman tayo,
diba? Seats are comfortable. The upholstery is pretty good. And we do have adjustable headrests, which is a little bit of luxury because a lot of cars in this class don't have rear adjustable headrests.
Yeah. But you know, I love when you're looking in the front, no, the seats, no. This is like the ears, no. Parang like a race bucket,
sporty bucket seats.
And
you have room for magazines. And I didn't notice that underneath the center console, you have a lot of storage space. Two cup holders. In the rear, and you've got bottle holders in the doors. There's no armrest. What you do get are hooks on the B pillars. So sometimes you get that, right? You go through a drive-through, and there's nowhere to put your takeout. So these little things are pretty cool. And then you've got your look, it doesn't pop back. So yan ang mamahalin daw yan mamahalin.
Diba?
Yayamanin.
Yayamanin, yeah. So here you have the nice design of
brushed
aluminum, no?
Power windows, your power individual.
Galing.
You know, you get all these extras, and it's always welcome. It's always something
big
you won't say no to.
You won't say no to it. It's big plus, you know. It's gonna seal the deal.
And you know what? Sitting in the back, it actually feels like doesn't feel like a small hatchback.
Yes, it's so much room. Parang normally I can't stand it, no, because I'm a big guy. But this one, you know, talagang pretty good space, no?
That you know, made good use of the space.
Galing.
Usually, you get this kind of space in a sedan or a subcompact sedan or subcompact hatchback. But this is a small hatchback, and I think the guys in BYD did their homework, and they were able to squeeze out as much space as they could from a small profile of a vehicle.
Yeah, and a hatchback, no? Wow.
All right, so overall, not a bad car. Actually, it's pretty good, huh?
Yes, it's awesome.
It does not feel like a small car sitting here in the back seat.
Does not. For me, does not. It's very...
He's 6'4".
Yes.
I'm 5'4", and loads of space for both of us. Loads of space for two people in the front, and it drives pretty cool, too.
Yeah, so this is out now. You can try it out on the BYD dealership.
Yep.
Test drive it, see it for yourself.
Don't take our word for it.
And we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.